Self-care is absolutely pointless, it's worthless, it doesn't make sense, and you shouldn't be doing it. Who said that? If you also agree with what that person said, you think self-care is not relevant, is not important, then you have a very massive, big, gigantic problem, because 70% of your lifespan actually depends on how much you care for yourself, okay, how much you pamper yourself, how much you shower yourself with love. It actually depends on how much you do those things for yourself. You do those things that please you, those things that make you happy, because not only one life you get, okay, there's no duplicate. So if you're not doing right by yourself in this life, like, how are you sure that you're going to come back? There's only one life. You're not going to come back here. You only have one shot now, only one chance. One chance. You just have one chance. So you have to start doing right by yourself. Hi sweet peas, welcome to my channel. My name is Gravesi and I create content on self-love, growth mindset, personal development, and all the yummy and juicy stuff. So if that is something you want to see more of, make sure you stick around, okay? I know social media has made us to think that, oh, self-care is all about aesthetics, it's all about, the luxury bath, facials, bubble baths, this, that, yada, yada. But no, those things are important, but that is not what self-love is all about completely. This is why it's so important for you to create a routine that works for you. Okay, you cannot try to copy Nkechi's self-care routine, okay? You cannot copy it because you are not Nkechi, okay? You might not be able to sustain that kind of lifestyle, okay? You're a different person. We're all different individuals, okay? Something might make sense to you, okay, might not make sense to me, and something might make sense to me, it might not make sense to you. So it's so important to try to find a routine that actually works for you, and you get how life will take, turn you around, up and down, up and down, left, right, center. You'll be thinking, oh, I'm depressed. But sometimes you're actually not depressed. You just need a little bit, no, not a little bit, a massive, aggressive, violent bit of self-care in your life. This is why I love the phrase that the ladies always say, oh, you are not depressed, you just needed to get your hair done. It's so important. There is actually magic in self-care. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you're going to create a routine that works for you, because it's so important. Like, you dey whine me, eh? The very first thing you need to do is identify your self-care needs and priorities. Like, we all have priorities in our lives, right? We all have needs, and our needs and priorities, okay, varies from person to person. It can never ever be the same. Something might be a priority for Nkechi, and that thing might not be a priority for blessing. Okay, so if you need to identify, your priorities. Okay, you need to identify your self-care needs first, and then you prioritize those things that are so important to you, like what makes you happy, what makes you relax. I can't answer that question for you. You need to answer those questions by yourself, because now your life, now you dey live the life, so you will know wetin dey worry you, will know how the thing take they do you, so you will know what you need the most. And when you know what you need the most, make sure you prioritize that thing. You see, for me is maintenance. Okay, I'm sitting pretty on that table. Maintenance, okay, getting my hair done, buying clothes, taking care of myself, looking good. So many forms of self-love. We have the physical, the mental, the social, the emotional. We have the physical, the mental, emotional, and social. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, so find what works for you and make sure you prioritize that. So that cooking is actually self-care. For some people, there are some people that love cooking, they genuinely love cooking, like, it makes them so happy, and that is actually a form of self-care. It mustn't be, all about maintenance. Basically, self-care is doing something that you love, okay, doing something that makes you so so happy, because if you're not making yourself happy in this life, what are you doing? Now, only one life you get, okay, you don't get two, just one. So take it very important, okay, because your life actually depends on it. Okay, don't play and don't joke with it. You see me, I'm going to be sitting pretty with 0.0.0 naira in my account. Okay, I don't care. I'm going to be sitting pretty. I'm not going to show up looking like my problems. Never ever. You're never ever going to catch me on fresh looking like my problems. No, I'm going to just be sitting pretty wherever I go, wherever I am. Okay, you really know how social media has made it to look like. Okay, it's not all about luxury, but I'm not going to lie, the luxury self sweet. Okay, if you get the money, make yourself happy, do right by you. But if you don't, No go kill yourself. If you don't kill yourself, don't do too much. If you just do those things that you can do what you can sustain. So this is the very first thing you need to do if you want to, create a routine that actually works for you. Identify your self-care needs and prioritize it. Like your life depends on it, because your life actually depends on it. One thing you need to do is schedule self-care into your daily routine. Okay, daily routine. Don't just, this week you do self-care activities, then the next week you skip. Or this week you do self-care activities, then the next week you skip. Or today you indulge in self-care, or then tomorrow you skip. No, it shouldn't be on and off. It should be constant. Once you start, indulging in self-care activities, your routine should be a constant. It gives you structure and it gives you this pattern. Like, it should be, for me, every single day I wake up, like, I incorporate self-care activities into my daily routine. Not joking with my sleep, doing skincare, eating healthy, those things are already in my daily routines, and I always stick by it and follow it every single day. Like, if you're serious about creating a pattern or routine that works for you, it needs to be on a daily basis, not on and off. That thing is to experiment with different self-care activities. Like I said at the beginning of this video, like, there are different self-care activities. We have emotional self-care activities, social self-care activities, mental self-care activities, physical self-care activities. The list goes on and on and on and on. And one good thing with life is you get to experience, different things. You cannot just stay glued and stuck to one thing. You have the right to explore, to, be more spontaneous, try different things. And when you try different things, you definitely going to know the one that makes you more happy, the one that makes you feel more good, the one that makes you feel so good on the inside. Don't go and try to copy and paste another person's routine. Okay, don't copy and paste, it's not going to work. Okay, try to find your own routine by exploring and experimenting. When we talk about physical self-care routine, we have running, we have yoga, we have exercising, and the list goes on and on. About emotional self-care, we're talking about writing, we're talking about journaling, we're talking about meditating. About mental self-care, we're talking about seeking therapy, we're talking about reading, we're talking about breaks from technology, trying creative hobbies. The list goes on and on and on and on. I know if I can finish. Okay, even if I start right now, I'm not going to finish. Okay, you have to figure it out for yourself. This is why I keep saying on my videos, you need to be intentional about your own self. Okay, nobody is going to come and carry cane and push you, or flood you, or spank you and force you to do something that is good for you. You yourself is supposed to say, oh, this thing is good for me. Okay, this thing is good for me. You should know. And yeah, when you know that something is good for you, you're definitely going to let it happen. You're definitely going to be on a hunt. You're going to be in pursuit of that thing, because you know that this thing is good for my body, my heart, and my soul. Number 4, make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. This is so important. See, if I start dating somebody today and it's like, oh, you need to stop exercising, or oh, you need to stop going to the gym, or oh, you need to stop doing skincare, you need to stop, or getting your nails done, you need to stop making your hair, like, it's a non-negotiable. Okay, there is nobody that can, even my father, my mother cannot. There is nobody that can, stop me. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. If you know that every single day you have to go to sleep by 10 o'clock because you wake up 6 o'clock every single morning, then it should be a non-negotiable thing. Okay, make sure that you're going to sleep 10 p.m. every day and you're waking up by 6 p.m. Having a very healthy sleeping habit is also a very huge form of self-care. It should be non-negotiable. It shouldn't be a condition. Okay, this is compulsory. It must happen. It must go on, whether anybody likes it or not. Like, whether you yourself you don't like it or not. It's like, there is no negotiation. Okay, there is no negotiation when it comes to self-care. If you want to be very serious with yourself, you want to you're on a self-development journey, you're on a glow-up journey, like, having routines that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel relaxed, it should be a non-negotiable part of your life. It's just like somebody that is sick, right? You need drugs to heal, and be strong again. So when you're sick, taking drugs to get better is a non-negotiable part. This is how self-care routine should be in your life. Okay? It should be like a drug. Okay, it should be like a drug that you need to take to get better and well every single day. What is coming between you and a self-care activity or routine that you truly love and makes you happy and makes you feel good, make sure you cut that person off. Okay, you should prioritize yourself every single day, year in, year out. Like non-negotiable, like do not negotiate. No, I don't want to hear. I'm like, little little. You want me, Chris? No, 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 no. Anybody that wants to tell you otherwise when it comes. My last point on how to create a self-care routine that actually works for you is to be consistent and patient. Calm down, calm down. Where are you rushing to? You just started using a skincare product today, and tomorrow you're already looking at the mirror and you're already, wanting your face to start glowing. You're already wanting everything to like, guy, like it doesn't work that way. It's not magic. You need to be patient and consistent. And when you start incorporating something into your life, I know the first time you start, it's going to take a while for you to start getting used to, something new. Obviously, it's going to take a while for you to see results or to see improvements in your whole lifestyle, to see improvements in your health. It's going to take a while, but you need to be patient and consistent, because if you're not patient and consistent, then you're not going to get the maximum result. If you're just doing something because, oh, you're trying to impress somebody else, not because you're trying to impress yourself, not because that thing makes you happy, then you're just wasting your time and your energy. Basically, you need to be consistent with something and patient with something that you truly love. If you love, painting, if you love writing, is going on a glow up journey, or going on a self development journey, self improvement journey, like every single thing takes time. Like nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight. Everything is going to take time. I noticed that I started having this dark under eye circles when my sleeping habit was very poor. I was, sleeping very late and waking up very early. And there was a week that I decided to actually, fix my sleeping habit, because my sleeping habit is trash. Okay, it doesn't make sense, and that is something that I am trying to stick to. And see, when I started sleeping consistently, like early for 1 week, I noticed how my eyes started looking better, the dark circles were going, I started looking more alive. And previously, when I look at myself in the mirror, I literally used to look like a zombie. I used to look like a walking dead. Okay, I know I'm exaggerating, but I really used to look pale, because I'm not getting enough sleep. And most times I'm up at night, watching a movie on my phone and all. But you see, right now, like sleeping is a non-negotiable. Sleeping on time is a non-negotiable part of my self-care routine. Like I don't joke, I don't play with it. Like it took me 1 week to actually see difference on my face. It did not happen the next day. Okay, it took me time before I saw difference, and ever since I started sleeping on time, like I love how my face looks. Like it doesn't look dull. Like I look, alive. I don't look dead. Or let's say you just start exercising, you just start working out, or let's say you're on the bigger side and you want to trim down, or you are on the slimmer side and you want to add up, you just start going to the gym, and in 1 week you're looking at the mirror and checking yourself out and expecting to see results. Haba mana. Does it not seem unrealistic to you? How can you see results in just a week? It's not possible. You need to be consistent and patient with every single thing that you want to achieve. YouTube too, if you want your YouTube to become a success, you need to be consistent and patient. I'm very consistent and patient with my YouTube channel, which is why I don't even bother when, I get low views or people unsubscribe or I don't get subscribers, because I know that every single thing, every single good, juicy and fantastic thing takes time. And yeah, so basically that's the end of this video. I really wish you well on your journey to incorporating self-care routines into your life. Okay, make sure you identify those things that makes you feel happy, those things that makes you feel relaxed. 60% of our lives that we're just working and trying to earn a living. Where is the time you take out, to take care of yourself, to pamper yourself, and to do something that really makes you, alive and makes you happy? This is why self-care routines are so important. So if you do not have a self-care routine in your life, see, make sure you start incorporating self-care routines in your life. Okay, like I said in the early beginning of this video, 70% of your lifespan actually depends on how much you care and love yourself. So this is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll probably see you on the next video. Bye.